After you sew the 3 strips together, it should be 10 inches wide and 6.5-ish feet long. And then you take it and fold it over like this. And then
seams facing you and seams facing
down. Iron them down.
Ironed down.
And then gotta go backwards until you get to the very edge of the fabric. And then you sew probably to there. Then you move this top piece only over just a little bit. And then you just keep moving that.
Make sure that you don't sew off the edge of the one underneath. And you keep moving that over until it lines up. A little at a time. Just a second, Anthony.
You always want to make sure you're not catching this fabric underneath and sewing like a bubble.
Once you get the 2 sides lined up, you sew about halfway down your scarf.
Once you get about halfway, you pick up the foot and move it about, I don't know, a little less than an inch. And then put the foot back down so there's a little hole so you can turn it inside out. And then, once you get close to the bottom, you're going to do the opposite of what you did at the top. So, go a little bit farther. And then you make the corner, so it's the opposite of what you did at the top. And then you start sewing down to the edge. So then once I get to about there, so it's not all the way off the corner, I back stitch, and then I just sew straight off the edge of the fabric. Then you cut the corners off, well, not the corner, but
The extra
fabric without nicking the underneath fabric. So you cut that on both sides. And then you find the middle seam right here. And you start from the corner and you just turn it inside out like this. And then bring it through the hole. And then sometimes you can just rub your fingers and it'll get the tip out. If you can't, you just use a pin. And we do the same on the other side. So I have that through, almost. So then you're gonna see there's the opening, and you just pinch it so that it's like even. Oops. There it is.
Put it back in. Put a little dirt over it. From the, just push it in.
And then you're just gonna sew that closed. With like 3 back stitches, just so it's not too bulky. And then you're gonna take that out. Cut the threads. And then you put a Dakota Wild Rags label on it. I sew the top stitch on the labels so that people can take them off without ruining the scarf. And that doesn't need a back stitch. And you snip the threads. And then you're done.
And you put it on and you're as pretty as can be.